Hello everyone, Tim here, and after a long hiatus from making videos, I've decided to start making them again. I haven't played my time at Portia in a while, so I'm excited to see all the new updates they've included. It looks like they've added a ton of stuff, which is awesome. I'm also hoping to come up with some good new video ideas in the future. Maybe I'll come across them as I play the game with all the new stuff. But if you do have any recommendations, please leave them in the comment section. I wouldn't mind doing a Let's Play or more guide videos. Just let me know because I will be happy to make anything. As for this video, I'm going to be doing a guide on the different dungeons, or as they call them, hazardous ruins, in the game. I'm mostly going to be focusing on the rewards you get for completing the dungeon, as well as all the loots you can get from killing all the mobs and breaking boxes. The first dungeon I'll be going over is the Sewage plant dungeon, which is located right inside the collapsed wastelands. You can start this dungeon at level 10 to 15, and the last level of the dungeon is for levels 22 to 24. The levels don't matter too much if you bring food at the lower levels, it just depends on how long it personally takes for you to kill all the mobs and beat the boss at the end. I took recordings of all the loot that I got once I killed all the mobs and broke all the boxes, just to give you a heads up about what kind of loot that you're going to be getting. You get a lot of filler loot from finishing all these floors, such as headbands, cloth, crummy leather. You do, however, get a lot of good low-level materials that will be useful for the rest of the game. Some of the really good ones are the copper pipes, copper cable, steel cable, old parts, and a variety of the lower level engines. The first dungeon is really easy to finish the first 3 floors in one in-game daytime. You can do all 4 in one day, it's just the DD stop might not be open and then you'll have to run home, which is never fun. However, the chances are that you've probably already done this dungeon a lot of times, but it still proves pretty useful to get the early game items, even when you're in the late game. The next hazardous ruin I'll be talking about is Ingalls Mine. This is located in the desert, and just like the last dungeon, there's a DD stop near the entrance, which makes it much easier to get to. This is the second dungeon in the game, which has some higher level mobs, but also gives you some higher level loot. The first floor in this dungeon is for level 35 to 38, and the final floor, the 4th floor, is for level 46 to 50. This dungeon is definitely more challenging than the first one, the sewer plant, but it also means that you get much better loot from it. Just like I did the last dungeon, I'm going to show you the loot I got from each of the floors in Ingalls Mine. For the most part, you get the next tier of items than you did from the last dungeon. You get iron and aluminum instead of just copper and iron, and you'll also be getting the higher level of the engines, which are really important. It's also a great place to get first aid kits, which heal for a great amount of health, and then you'll also be getting the silicon chipsets and the enhanced power cores, both of which are very important. The best part of this dungeon is that you will definitely be getting all of the loot you need to complete the main storyline, as well as some of the higher S-rated commissions. Thanks for watching! This concludes my video on the dungeon loot guide for the first 2 dungeons in the game. While I was making this guide, I realized that there's actually a 3rd dungeon that came with one of the newer updates called the Deepest Ruin. I haven't even touched this yet, so I'll definitely make sure to make a video concerning all the good stuff you get from that dungeon when I get to it. If you still have any suggestions for new videos, please leave those in the comment section for me. And if you like this one, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thanks again, have a great day.